Alright, everybody, shut up. The episode started. Welcome back to episode 2
Damn.
of Scambles featuring Jet Set Ringo and Shuwan for Games. And today, as per the lack of absolute any sort of conformity or schedule that this podcast absolutely refuses to have, we have a guest today who showed up unprompted, but we're glad to have him here anyways. OG Volcano. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Doing absolutely nothing, but at the same time doing it with somebody. And isn't that what friendship is all about? So how have you guys been doing recently? It's been a while since we did this podcast.
I did taxes like an adult.
Facts.
Yeah, that's just the last thing you did.
Yeah,
there's
legitimately.
nothing else interesting.
I just did taxes, bro. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
I did taxes, played some Warhammer.
Shoot, our last episode was like a year ago. You can't have had just did taxes. You can't have had just did taxes for an entire year. Where have you been? Who's held you in this tax making facility for the past for the past like almost a year now? Absolutely doing nothing but
taxes.
You're bunkered down in the IRS's secret underground layer where it's like if anybody actually uses the resources to make the IRS do their taxes for them, they just kidnap somebody and make it do it.
I am IRS free file.
Yeah. Turns out I am Inuit TurboTax. It's all me. It's a stay-at-home job and it pays $12 an hour to do other people's taxes.
Nah, it's minimum wage. It's like $7.25, bro.
Oh my god, $7.25 to do taxes. I think I'd throw myself off of something. I don't think I could do taxes for $7.25 an hour. I don't even want to. Yeah,
no way.
I don't want to do taxes when somebody else does it for me. It's like I go to H&R Block and they're like, "Yeah, man, $45 and we'll just do it for you." And it's like, fuck, I gotta sit inside of an office while somebody does my taxes. I don't know if I could do that, dog. My ADHD is not. It's not up to par. It's not up to snuff.
You can just do it online, man.
You could, but there's too much. There's too much automation. There's too much automation for me to rely upon myself. I'm not comfortable doing my own taxes.
All you're doing is you don't do anything special. All you're doing is putting in your W-2. That's literally it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Unless you have special shit, unless you have set up stuff for IRAs.
Yeah, I have 18 offshore bank accounts. So.
Offshore banking, if you worked in multiple states, shit like that. That makes it more complicated. But literally, you just live in your state.
You had already said it. You just said
Florida.
Half the word.
How about that? Let me just list out your whole ass address. Let me just pull up your whole.
Oh, you live in the country of Canada. I mean, never mind.
He lives near the masturbatorium.
Oh my god! Stop with that, brother. I'm never okay. So, OG Volcano, let me give you some context here.
Okay, please do.
For one reason or another, I was looking up like the map for the general area around my apartment complex because I was trying to find the address for something in particular. I think it might have been a store or someone wanted me to like confirm something or when no I know what it was. Uber Eats. It was Uber Eats and I was seeing where the driver was and I was like, oh, I was just looking at the apartment complex next to me because I had never really seen what the layout of it was, and I was like, oh, this might be nice to live there. I've heard good things about the apartment complex next to me, and I go there, and in the front of the apartment complex has a building, I'm assuming it's a building, and that it's not just a general place.
It's just a shack.
It's a little shack.
It's
just a little fucking
it's just
shack,
a
nut shack, and it's called the Masturbatorium. That's actually what it's labeled on Google Maps.
Hold on, I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, please.
I don't think it's called a masturbatorium. It's something, but it is like masturbation. I think it's like the masturbation lounge.
That's
You just
worse.
leave
I
What?
think it is called the masturbatorium because that's worse.
I'm not looking
I
that up
don't think
anymore.
they're
Definitely
calling
not.
it the masturbation
Nah, pull
lounge.
it up. It's probably still there on your fucking thing. Just pull it up on Google
Yeah,
Maps. We can confirm.
yeah, right. Oh my god. The masturbation lounge is a crazy thing to think that something will be called.
Crazy.
I think it is because I know we talked about it, so I can probably look it up in Discord.
Yeah, please go do that. Uh, and honestly, even if it turns out that it isn't anything, I don't think I'm gonna be uh too upset at that. I don't think I'm gonna be like, oh my god, the masturbatorium doesn't exist. Uh, sad dog. Looks like I'm not moving to this apartment complex. If anything, not having a masturbatorium is pretty high on my list. Not previously on my list, but now it is high on my list of things that would make me want to apply to a apartment complex. That it doesn't have a masturbatorium. Oh my god, why when I typed in
I don't know, man.
masturbatorium was the first autofill? Is this a real thing?
Bro, it could be fired. You never know.
Oh.
You don't know their clientele.
Well, masturbatorium is a song by I Am the End, and the only thing is on
What?
Urban Dictionary. And can you guess what the definition is? Can you guess the definition of masturbatorium?
I have no clue.
The Nut Shack.
She was pretty fucking close. Urban Dictionary literally just says a confined space used for masturbation. Why did they have a masturbatorium in this apartment complex? Oh my god.
It's Florida.
It's
Florida.
It
What do you
is
expect,
Florida,
bro?
where apartment complexes. It's like you know.
Apartment complex. I find it quite
Yeah,
simple.
yeah, right. Yeah, simple. If people come in JO, this apartment complex probably without it would be like a 3.3 on like Google or whatever, or like Glassdoor. I don't know what people use it for.
It boosts up the vibe.
Yeah, I boosted up to like a solid like point, like a 4.3, 4.5 because it has the masturbatorium. The masturbatorium really.
But I feel like I need more
It's,
context.
it's like that the white room in Matrix. It's just that, but it's just
No.
cum stained, which is why it's white.
But listen, I need more context. Like, I need to know who is the intended clientele for this and why they in business.
A dog.
Because, like, so here's me thinking best case scenario. Maybe they're attached to like a sperm donor or a sperm bank, and like that's where the
No,
patients
a single sperm donor is one guy pumping.
he goes to work 8 hours a 8 hours a day.
That's his only thing. That's his hangout spot, bro. It's
That's
just
his
there.
spot. But not like I feel like, or maybe it's supposed to be genuinely like, oh, you need a private location. Like, but who needs that private of a location?
That's
And then again,
that is
how
public
private
at the
is
same
it?
time.
Exactly, because it's public, but also how private is it when you have masturbatorium written across the top? It's like
Let's lean
everybody
on
knows what you
Google
just went in there to
Plans.
do.
Giant neon sign that like illuminates Ringo's apartment complex, and you just never noticed.
Like that's crazy.
Like Las Vegas Strip fucking neon sign
Just neon sign.
Yeah.
that just says masturbatorium.
And it's just for some reason I've never been around that corner and I never noticed. I was like, wow, like when did this get here? I was wow, this is crazy. I on the one hand, this is the state of Florida, but on the other hand,
And then the logo is just like a cock and balls, and then it just blinks the jizz.
oh no, it blinks the jizz. This is
Wait, did you guys find it in the Discord?
Oh no, I didn't.
because I think we were talking about it in VC. I don't even know how to spell masturbatorium. Oh wait, yes I have. Yes.
It's in the quote book. There
Wait,
you go.
yeah, in August of last
Yeah,
year,
masturbation lounge.
Resend me in the VC so I can see it.
Oh yeah.
I'll copy
Oh
the link
yeah.
in
Wait.
the
Yeah,
chat.
it is. Yeah, my apartment complex is something. It was from Uber
There you go.
Eats,
There you go. The VC chat.
and I will do a lot of editing. And for people who are gonna be looking at this on the thing, I will post the picture now of in Uber Eats thing. I'm not gonna show the guy's face, but the Uber Eats thing, and it has the apartment complex that's next to me, and in that apartment complex is one location called the Masturbation Lounge, lowercase L, and I think that might be worse because when I was looking it up, Wiktionary or whatever was making it seem like it was like, ah, yes, it's masturbate and then eum, so it becomes a proper noun or like a proper like a word or whatever for a location. And boom, that's what it is. But masturbation lounge is so much worse. I don't want to go to a lounge
Yeah,
to
I thought it was
masturbate because that means
actually
that other people are gonna be there with
it
me.
being the masturbatorium. You made the joke of it being the masturbatorium, but it's just the masturbation.
I did make the
You
best. I think
you added so much more sauce onto
Yeah,
it.
I think I accidentally created the word masturbatorium, not knowing that that was apparently a real word to some people.
It was me, Barry. I made the
Yeah,
masturbatorium.
the masturbatorium is such a funny word that I went back in time and then I used that to someone who would then eventually go on to make an Urban Dictionary post about it. And they're like, what? To masturbation or autorium or whatever, masturbatorium. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, we've spent 12 minutes so far talking about masturbation in some sort of context.
Like, to be monetized? Fuck out of
Monetization
here.
in the first place. What? How many
Like, exactly. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You
fucking
weren't making money anyway. I'm just
fucking
guaranteeing
cry
it.
about it. I guess I'm certainly not gonna make any money with you around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I might fuck around and say something that'll violate. I wonder if words can violate the Geneva Convention because I'm sure you've tried. Well, whether willingly or not.
I mean, it's not too hard to do it. Like, actually, legitimately, it's not that hard to break the Geneva Convention. All you have to do is use the Red Cross's symbol.
Yeah, I was just about to say I saw that Among Us had posted that they got a letter from the United Nations saying that they had broken the Geneva Convention because in the med bay
You're not
there's a Red
supposed
Cross.
to use the Red Cross symbol at all
Yeah.
without permission. That is actually breaking the Geneva Convention to do that.
Apparently a lot of video games have broken the Geneva Conventions.
Yes, they do. They have. It's just because most people don't know about that. But
I'll say this, most PlayStation 2 video games have broken the Geneva Conventions in some way, shape, or form. What video game can you really think of on the top of your head in your childhood that if it didn't have a heart for the life symbol, it had a red cross as a life symbol?
most of them had like a lot of green crosses for that reason, for health.
There were some video
I
games.
didn't know that's why.
Or it's just if it's a red cross with no white banner, then it's technically not the Red Cross symbol.
Nah, it was just like a sideways X.
But if they use white, then they usually use a green plus instead. That's also why sometimes your health bars are green for that reason, just so that they can do the symbol without it.
I feel like I
doing
could
that.
definitely look up like what
There's probably some that have still done it, but they were probably too small time for it to matter. It's not like there's people watching every second. Like, I got him, I got him, and they can fucking SWAT team in and just shoot the fucking developers.
I mean, there are some pretty famous video games that do that. I think like Doom. I think I remember like Doom doing that at some point. I think Halo might have done that at some point. Like, there's a strong amount of video games. Dog, Stardew Valley did that. I remember playing Stardew Valley, and there's the
Yeah,
local
Doom has the
doctor.
red thing, but it's not white. It's not white though, so it's not actually the symbol.
Oh, it has to have the white
Red
square.
cross on a white on white. That is the Red Cross symbol.
Okay, well then yeah, there's probably a lot less than that aren't doing that because if just nobody was allowed to use a red sideways like X as a fucking symbol,
I like that you said instead of a plus sign,
Instead of a
sideways.
plus sign, yeah.
Just
I have to say
sideways
sideways.
X.
Listen, um so I'm very interested in the study of botany. And sometimes I do it early in the day. Uh, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the chemical fumes from the plants addle my brain a little bit. But it's fine. Because I'm still right regardless. I
I'm still right.
I am.
I don't think so, man.
Well, is it not a sideways X? If you flip that 45 degrees upwards or clockwise,
It depends on the kind of X, because sometimes they'll have a flat bottom, and then if you think about it, if you rotate that, it wouldn't be flat. It would be like slanted if you try to rotate it and make it a plus. It depends on how they draw the X.
It depends on the style of the X.
a
Yeah.
flat sign. Well, isn't this just like a? Isn't a plus sign just a 45 degrees rotated like multiplication symbol? And that's just an X.
Yeah, but if you think about a plus sign,
Mm-hmm.
right, and how the edges are flat, if you were then to rotate a flat edge 45
Right.
degrees, it wouldn't necessarily be flat. So if you draw your X with a flat edge and do the same thing, if you orient it the way to look like a plus sign, your plus sign would, instead of having a flat edge on the top, it would have a 45-degree angle. So it would depend on how you draw your X's.
I have to.
So it's not always
I have to
technically.
look this up because now I don't think I've ever seen anyone
Now,
draw
now we're
a
getting to
3D X.
the graph.
Listen, okay. I don't even know what to look up for the blocky X.
You see it like a block.
Blocky X.
Alright, I'm not. I'm not willing to dive into a rabbit hole when I can barely understand concepts right now. Listen. I'll take your word. Rare Ringo L here. I'll take your word for it. Uh, so recently we've been thinking about. Well, not even thinking about. And honestly, I wish you had time to do it, Shuwan, but you have a Warhammer addiction. Um, so
The worst addictions.
you're not able to do it. But me and OG Volcano and the other people in this Fringe server that we're all in are going to start a D&D campaign at some point in the near future. And I'm honestly very excited for it because this is only my like third or fourth, maybe even like fifth time playing D&D, but I've already kind of got that itch where I'm like I want to like I started off making like super just interesting and sort of like okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and blah blah blah, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm already like I want a character who has the ability to hold their own in like an actual fight and have some like stuff going on because even though I love the D&D and the we had this conversation on what you would like to see out of the campaign. We were talking about the balance between role play and fights and whatnot, and it's like I like role play and whatnot, and I don't have a problem with exploring the world and understanding the characters' trials and tribulations and all that other stuff that makes a person a person. I do like the combat the most, but anything that requires me to roll a
Will be bad. He's bad.
yeah,
at
anything
rolling,
that
that's why
requires me to roll in anything, I will be absolutely terrible.
I still remember he was like, "What is his AC?" And I was like, "Bro, you either roll a fucking 10 or a 18. Of course, you don't know their fucking AC."
Yeah, I was just telling OG Volcano about the campaign we were doing. Well, I didn't just tell him, and I told him the last time we were talking about D&D in the VC.
Yeah.
I was telling them about the time that I was playing as a Leonin paladin, and I think during that whole campaign, I got maybe 5 unique attacks that actually connected throughout that entire campaign. And I took the lucky feat.
That man wrote so many nat ones. It was hilarious.
And every single
That's
and it's
crazy.
so funny because 3 out of the 5 times I ever got a hit off, they were all nat 20s. There's no fucking in between with my rolls.
That man either didn't hit or crit. That was it. That was all he did.
That's wild. After 2 or 3, I'm gonna start punishing you. I'll let you get your attack off. You're just gonna end up accidentally hitting an ally.
Oh, he's gonna team kill this. If you implement that rule,
I'm gonna accidentally TPK.
He's gonna absolutely
accidentally
a teammate.
And you know what's so funny is that's gonna be fucked because the character that I'm running, I was like, I want to run a fighter, but I want to do a little something different than a samurai this time. So I had
not right.
Yeah, I had decided I was just gonna be a battle master because the maneuver concept seemed pretty cool, and I was like, okay. So I looked up some stuff about it, and then the people were like, oh, do the polearm / sentinel combo, and I was like, okay. So what the combo is, it's pretty fucked up. Whenever someone, I think it's with polearm master, one or the other. Whenever you go within the range of, or whenever an enemy goes within your range, as long as you have a polearm as your equipped weapon, and your range is 10 foot or 10 feet, whenever they come within your range, you get an opportunity attack on that person. And since you don't roll for an opportunity attack, it's a guaranteed hit. And then the other one, what the other feat does. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. So.
Yes, it's just like a regular attack, but it uses your reaction.
Okay.
So yes, you do.
So here's the thing about the polearm, though, is that it's not a reaction attack. It's a feat that's doing that. So
that has to do with the sentinel feat.
It uses your reaction to attack.
All right.
No, because everybody gets a attack of opportunity as a reaction.
Right.
I think it's the sentinel feat.
Everyone gets an attack of opportunity as a reaction. No, but Shuwan, sentinel doesn't use a reaction for the opportunity attack. They just do it. I think
sentinel is if you come in, because normally opportunity attacks is if you go outside of someone's range. Then you can make an opportunity attack. Sentinel makes it where if they go into your range, you can
you're right.
But it still uses your reaction.
Yes.
So it does that, and then after it does that, if it hits, it kills their movement to absolute 0, and they can't move at all. And then so what I was like, so I was looking over the maneuvers, and I was like, there's a thing called tripping attack as one of the maneuvers for the battle master, and it's when you hit them with this move, you knock them down. So I found out that if someone is knocked prone and has 0 movement speed, they can't go anywhere. They can't get up. 0 movement speed means they can't even put their hands on the ground and do a push-up to get up off the ground, which means they're going to spend the next 2 turns on the fucking ground. And you have advantage.
As your DM, I'm definitely going to have to look into this just to make sure
this is
I can get around this somehow.
You have to get up, which requires you to use half of your movement speed. If your movement speed is 0, you cannot use half your movement speed because you don't have movement speed to use.
I mean, half of 0 is still 0. You could take half of 0. That just makes it easy.
Half of a non-real number. You just take that.
Half of nothing is still nothing. Nah, I'll find a way around it.
It's just every single creature is just like, I have wings.
Although I don't know necessarily if he can use your maneuver on the opportunity attack. I have to look. You probably should look into that.
Yeah.
But
No, I don't think I don't think I can. I think an opportunity attack is treated as a normal role. I don't know. I haven't played many characters who have had opportunities to do opportunity attacks. It's not like I've played like a rogue or anything like that, or did like a like someone with a pole arm before. This is like my first time doing something like this, and I was like I was saying, I was a little bit excited. So if I do get some bullshit off, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy because the alternative is never
issue
hitting
is
anything ever.
that's the only issue in this gameplay is that he actually has to hit enemies.
Yep. So it's like part of me is worried because I know he's gonna try to do some fuck shit, but also if he rolls as bad as he says he does, I'm not worried. I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah,
He rolls notorious is actually it's not him making shit up. He legitimately rolls bad.
yeah. I have a
Every time I DM,
corroborator. I can't.
he legitimately rolls bad. It's actually hilarious.
Oh, and Ringo, just to go back to the X versus
Uh,
Plus thing, I threw 2 pictures in the VC for you.
all right. Oh my God. There's like a groaning of the pipes like happening underneath my apartment, and it's like it's activating my
The
microphone a
mic.
lot. I might have to like mute it. It's getting softer, but like, oh no, now it's getting louder. Oh no, am I about to blow up live on?
What's
Nothing's.
happening?
It was you talking shit about the IRS. They're coming
Oh,
for you
and then it
now.
just suddenly stopped. That was so fucking weird. Okay. I was scared for a
That was a
second,
warning.
dog.
That was a warning. That was a warning. You better not talk shit. You better make sure your taxes are done
Yeah.
too.
Oh my God. Speaking of, we never got a chance to go super far with this, but me and Shuwan had brainstormed a homebrew where it was like there was like the IRS existed in the D&D campaign we had, but the concept of the IRS was like a deity. Like you could be a patron of the IRS, and like the IRS was like some sort of like fucking mythical, like eldritch, or like I don't know if it was like divine or if it was demonic, if we decided on that, but it was some sort of actual fucking deity that it was like if you don't pay a tithe, like or tithe, they're coming for you. Like like you, this is
Yo,
real.
bro. So low key, not to give too much away with the campaign we're about to run, but there's a nigga similar to that in the campaign. Um, so, I mean, you guys kind of know this already because of you already rolled for like your lost things. But in the campaign, if you decide to sneak into the carnival,
Ooh,
there's a
really?
nigga who you have to pay a tax to and lose
Oh
something,
no.
and
Oh, I gotta link this.
he becomes your deity. Or I think it's more like a warlock patron.
The demo is live. Downloaded Ringo
Uh, a
till the
a
26th.
demo for what exactly?
I just linked it in VC.
All right. Shooting Four Games has sent me a store.steampowered.com link for a game called Friends versus Friends. What? It has a musical notes. Let me tell you about some friends who invested all they had in a shady site that looked like a scam. This sounds like someone is trying to scam me, but make it sound like it's not a scam. And it's like, hey, we don't wanna make you think this is one of those any
The
sort of
Steam
LME or
game,
MLMs.
and it's free. What are you talking
Things on
about?
the Steam store don't make them not scams. Someone released a $2,000
For
game.
free. I just said it was free. Did you not hear when I said it was free?
Say it one more time.
How am I going to scam you out of $0?
It's
How am I going to
free
scam
and
you out
with no microtransactions.
How much does it cost one more time, Shuey?
of $0?
And in another word for that would be
Free.
okay. All right, so I don't think the people themselves heard it. I know I heard it though. So say it one more time for the people. How much does it cost?
Going to cost you some teeth if you don't shut the fuck.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'll check this game out. Or it says it's not yet available on Steam. Oh, this is like
The demo is up. If you go on your actual Steam launcher, you can go and download it.
I don't know if
So
I'll
let me.
be able to have something downloading and have the audacity and have OBS. Not even because my internet, but because my computer.
Wait for it later.
Yeah.
It might be asking a little too much.
Yeah, my CPU is sitting at a comfortable 70 something percent right now. And the store for the Steam page is like not very optimized. It's basically just opening Chrome, but again, uh, and it has eight. It's like if Chrome booted up with 8 billion gifs
I mean,
on
you're
it.
already running 2 instances. You have Discord open.
Right.
So
Technically, I'm running 3 instances because I have two separate windows of Chrome open. One for like educational slash like personal professional stuff, like my Gmail and my GitHub stuff. And then the other one is like 30 tabs of YouTube and like anime and um and like Marvel Snap stuff. So yeah, that shit would run me up a lot. Honestly, I wish I had a better computer, man, because that shit.
let's see if I can get it running though.
You're gonna try to play the game right now.
I mean, what? I'm not doing anything else. I can still
Alright,
talk.
Shuwan has officially disengaged from the podcast. It is now just
Still
me and OG
eat my ass.
Volcano. I'm gonna have to remove Shuwan's names from the credits. I'm gonna have to cut out every single part of anything Shuwan said. I can't do that because Discord is being recorded as one lump sum thing, and so y'all are both being recorded from the same sources. So unless I had perfect editing and you gave me 185 hours to splice out every instance of Shuwan, then yeah, I don't see anything about that. Speaking of, oh Shuwan, this is a callback to episode 1, but I have to find it. I have to verify. While I'm doing that, y'all talk about something. I don't know. Let's see.
The masturbatorium.
Uh-huh.
Would you know?
Let, so while I'm finding this, I there is a callback to episode 1 of the Scambles podcast. Apparently, either him or someone similar to him has recently made a comeback. Shuin, could you possibly guess who that is? Shuin, this man is mega distracted right now. Where did he go? I was like, yo, y'all take over the podcast for a second while I try to find what's been going on. And this man gets up and walks away.
Yeah. All right. So what? Bro, I got my sandwich.
I said, you got your sandwich?
Yeah. Nigga, I'm gonna eat. Fuck you. I ain't come on the podcast to star.
That's fair. Listen, you gotta get everything out of the way. No distractions. All right, Shuan. There's someone who's recently made a resurgence in in areas that we may be familiar with, and it relates to the last episode of the podcast. Can you remember who we may have talked about that could possibly be making any sort of resurgence recently in the last episode? You absolutely got it in one. The fucking Wonderbread guy. Now that AI art is a consistent thing, he's like, I don't need to pay anybody anymore.
I still remember when he was like deforestation. What?
Oh my god, OG Volcano, do you know about the Wonderbread guy?
No, so fill me in.
Okay, so for the past, I can't even.
Years. It's
Yeah,
been like
yeah.
a
It's
decade.
he became a meme when like deviant art was like first really big. So like 15 some odd years ago, I think at this point, grown ass. Um and it's a guy who would commission artists to draw one specific situation, sometimes a little bit varied. A white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes buying Wonder Bread. Sometimes she buys out the whole store full of Wonder Bread. Sometimes she just has a loaf in her shopping cart, but she is always buying Wonder Bread. And it started off, people were like, "Oh, it's kind of weird that this person is doing this and doing that." And then one day, people were on forums, and then they were like, "Man, it's really weird. I had someone commission me to like buy or to like draw a drawing of some lady going into like a store. My voice just broke. Going into a store and then buying like loaves and loaves of Wonder Bread, and then like somebody else on the forum would be like." No shit. Same. And then boom, now the dude's just a meme in the community. Um and now for the past few
There was
months.
also deforestation too. It would be deforestation on top of that. Don't forget that part.
Right, yeah, I won't forget that part. Sometimes it would be the white lady sitting, it's different white ladies. It's never the same one. Uh
Of course,
yeah.
and people doing the
Yeah,
art.
different art styles and whatnot. Um there a lot of them would have like a lady sitting on a fallen tree with a bunch of lumber around her, and like half the forest around her just cleared of like all its trees and turned into like scraps of lumber, like just like a lady sitting in the middle of like a deforestation like plot of land. And it's like, to this day, my brain, like, I understand that if I take it at like face value, like what is it called when it's like the answer is probably like the first thing that you could probably think of that would make the less sense. Like probably like, I think it's Occam's razor or something like that. I think it's Occam's razor. So I guess like Occam's razor would just tell you that the best possible outcome for this situation that you could be right on is that it's probably just a fetish, right? Like somehow the guy just has a fetish about, I don't know. But it's so insane that my brain cannot wrap around this. Like, who's over here with tissues and a bottle of lotion with a woman walking into like a fucking Whole Foods and buying like Wonder Bread, or like what? Like
This man sits in the bread aisle with a hoodie and his dick
See,
out.
this man's just
so
flashing the
one,
bread.
I looked it up. That is Occam's
Uh-huh.
razor, but I also like. I feel like it can't be fetish. Like I feel like
No,
it would
no,
have to
he's
be a
the
nigga
thing
trying to
is
troll
that
his
this is not
girl.
like a thing. Is that the people he's talked to the people who's commissioned him? He's fucking insane. It's
Oh,
legitimately
so like it's confirmed that this dude is
yes,
Yeah,
crazy.
he's been
because
doing it for like
there's people
15
who
years now.
denied him his commission, and he's flamed them.
Yeah,
This shit is legitimately serious to this
yeah.
man. It's not like a joke, haha, I'm gonna commission all these people. No, this man wants people to do it. He needs it.
Not do because here's here here's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, what if like his girl is completely obsessed with fucking Wonder Bread? So like every fucking month he trolls her with a with the
Yeah,
commission
that's
baiting
what people thought it
of
was
her
too.
buying off all the
So
Wonder
people
Bread.
started come up with the shit when they denied his commissions and shit, and when he started going to that deforestation kind of shit. That man,
That's fucking
that man is
crazy.
literally on the edge of making a manifesto, bro.
A Wonderbread
And apparently he
manifesto.
lives in Ringo's brain rent free.
You're absolutely goddamn right. I don't think there's a single week ever since I learned about this motherfucker where I don't go, I wonder what's happening with Wonderbread guy.
I mean, we can replace it with a worse
We
person.
we could, but I don't think we should. I think we're fine with the guy who's now like, AI art exists. I don't have to pay you fuckers for shit anymore. I could. And you know what? He's kind of died down, which makes sense because once you buy
He can get
something
his-
for AI art, or once you do AI art, you don't need, like, no one even needs to
And-
know that you went on the website to do the AI art. You can just make the art and then do whatever it is you do with it. So hopefully with the advent of AI art, Wonderbread guy is able to go softly into that good night and never show his face in public again. Because the deforestation stuff is crazy. It's definitely some sort of like blonde hair, blue eyes kink. Like that's, I don't even think that can be argued. Like even if the other stuff isn't,
Is actually some racial superiority shit. It's actually very weird.
yeah, even if the
It's
other
gotta
stuff
be.
isn't a kink, but the blonde hair, blue eyes thing is, and it's funny because I feel like in a certain sense, OG Volcano, you're like, oh, you know, this guy is doing this in these two separate areas, but like the scope isn't just he's doing this in these two separate areas with buying Wonderbread and deforestation. He's commissioned hundreds of drawings in these two different areas, and they're all the same. Like if this is a bit, this is the
He's even
single biggest
commissioned one
bit.
where it's a Wonderbread chainsaw
True.
doing deforestation.
Yeah.
That's how deep it goes.
I wonder if he has a
Yeah,
brand.
no, that's way beyond the bit.
Well, you want to know what would be great? What if this was like a 15-year long like marketing ploy by Wonderbread? What? What if they had like a man on the inside who just pretended to be a maniac who just like kept ordering Wonderbread, and now so they're just like every single person on the planet is like thinking of Wonderbread at least like once a week, but only in the veil of like, I wonder what happened to the Wonderbread guy, or like what the fuck is the Wonderbread guy doing? Yeah, this man is gonna consume my dreams. I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat.
We just gotta replace it with a worse person.
I don't think we should replace him with a worse person. I think it's like this is a situation where it's like I got a C plus on a test I know I didn't study for, so I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, and I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. But this is really, shoot, it's not gonna be good, buddy. If we find somebody worse,
What?
who could we find worse?
I already know worse. So it's just there. I have Pandora's box, and I can open it anytime. This is a threat.
Oh my god! You see what I have to deal with on these podcasts? This nigga's threatening me with having to censor content. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I have somebody worse than the Wonderbread guy," and then he's like, "Yeah, let's talk about Onision every week," and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to do
You're the one who
that.
brought back up the Wonderbread guy. I didn't do that. Don't act like I'm bringing this up
Hey,
constantly. No,
I brought
I'm
up the
not.
Wonderbread guy, but the Wonderbread guy isn't terrible. He's just funny. You were like, we could bring up awful people. And I'm like, no, I don't want to bring up awful people. I just want to talk about the Wonderbread guy.
He's my
Yeah,
fetish,
yeah,
all right?
the
I'm not-
Wonderbread guy is my fetish. Every day when I wake up, if Wonderbread guy has 1,000,000 fans, I'm one of them. If he has one fan, it is me. If he has no fans, I do not exist in the world. Because Wonderbread fans are always something. Anyway.
He takes it into a loaf of bread every day.
Yeah, a whole loaf of bread, and then I have to throw it away because it's not usable. Don't comment
That's
on
what you
that.
said.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I tried to be fast, but I wasn't fast enough.
Not fast enough.
Yeah, I wasn't. particularly sonic speed about that one.
Enriched white bread.
Oh no! All right. Now let's find out about anything else to fucking talk about. Now that I've gotten and Shuwan, I really thought about this because there's someone near me, or someone who goes to the locals that I go to, who is into like Warhammer and stuff, and he has a bunch of sets and whatnot, and he has the giant fucking table-sized fucking map with all the buildings and the paintings and whatnot, and he posts his figurines and whatnot. Um, I was thinking about maybe I was like, what if I dipped my toe into Warhammer a little bit?
Don't do it.
Right.
Bro,
Don't
Here's
do
what
it.
I decided to do instead. I decided to buy paraphernalia for Magic the Gathering. I
Wait, what?
Bad, honestly. Just as bad.
Well, no, some of the stuff was a requirement. Okay, so let me I might have to go on my Amazon list to see my past orders. But I did stuff that was all listen, what I did was like I didn't do anything where where you would be like I've got a fucking $1 million worth of Warhammer products or whatever, and I'm fighting people on eBay uh, for these bids and whatnot. No, I was pretty chill with it. So here's what I got. I got a tube for a playmat. I have a playmat. It's got Sun Wukong on the cover of it. I wanted a Gurren Lagann one, but the store didn't have it. I got little sets of like mini dice. I got a 50 pack of dry erase Magic the Gathering tokens, and I got a Satin Tower, which is like a specialized deck that you can put a commander deck's worth of cards inside of, and then it has like a mini compartment on the bottom of it that you can open out and then put dice inside of, and then close it back inside of, which is was like $15 on its own, which is like really really good. So that all ran me about um $50 total. And then I had to buy my cards, buddy. Man, some of these cards were I so here's the thing. I'm making it seem worse than it was. Uh TCGplayer.com has a optimization setting where it's like I can get whatever cards I need, and then buy, whatever. And then um the way TCG Player works is if you buy from different sellers have different shipping prices, right? So um I think for the most part every seller has something along the lines of if you buy up to $5 a product from this seller, the shipping is free. But the base shipping for any seller is 99 cents. So it would have just been an extra dollar to get everything if I had did everything in my power to get every card I needed. Um, so I decided, fuck it, I'll just use the optimization setting and not worry about it. And that all total ran me around like 60 something dollars. But if I hadn't used the optimization setting and gotten the cheapest version of all the cards, so the ones that are like lightly played and shit, this shit would have been like almost like $200 $300 to get all of these fucking cards. And I'm like, this is absolutely crazy. And this is for one deck. The one.
That's expensive, bro. That's why I find it funny when Magic players be talking just mad shit about Warhammer. I was like, yeah, Warhammer's expensive too, but don't act like that cardboard any cheaper.
Yeah,
like, that shit expensive.
Yeah, these fucking pieces of paper are the most expensive pieces of paper I have ever had to spend.
And they release new sets every month.
Every single month. And you know it's so funny. I bought all of those cards, and then yesterday I went to my locals where we're doing um like FGC stuff. We have a monthly called Baja Burst. Shout out Baja Burst. If you're in Florida and you're listening to this, support the scene. Um,
Yeah, yeah. His sponsor is the
my
Masturbatorium.
sponsor is not the
You'll see it.
Masturbatorium. My sponsor is Gamers on the Edge. Shout out Gamers on the Edge. Not
Yeah, that's why.
hashtag
Yeah,
not
Game on the Edge,
the
sponsored by
Masturbatorium. I don't think they
Masturbatorium.
are. They're a non-profit for a cancer center. I don't think you can say that. I think they'll slap some sort of litigation on you if you keep calling the Masturbatorium. You're gonna have to go on the run to avoid
Super random. Since we brought back up the masturbatorium, I tried to Google it, and apparently it is not the only masturbation lounge in Florida. When I googled masturbation lounge in Florida, there's the first thing that came, the first thing that came up was like a Yelp page for the top 10. There's more than one. It's crazy.
It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. There's so
I fucking screamed. I'm gonna have to lower that.
People jacking it, bro. God damn.
Fucking the simple fact that there's more than one is wild.
What's the closest masturbatory? What's the location of the first one? What if I do a
Bro,
series?
I stopped once I saw the yellow page. I stopped.
Yeah, you were like, I can't believe this.
There's one down every corner where he lives.
Probably. I need to do a card like a road series where I do like a all gas,
go to every
no brake sort of thing.
In Florida.
Yeah, I visit every masturbatorium. I turn it into a series. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna rate these 0 out of 10 on the masturbatorium lounge. I don't know what would quantify as a 10. I guess if I get my own room, it immediately bumps up to at least a 7.
Right, so here we.
How quick he nuts is. He's like, it was kind of.
I step in and I feel the air, and I'm like,
5 out of 10.
All right, so I got the Yelp page.
Oh my god! All right.
So top of the list is Tootsie's Cabaret.
Who's Cabaret?
That's in Miami, Florida.
Okay.
Tootsie's
Cabaret. Okay.
There's Miami Velvet.
All right.
Also in Miami. It looks like most of these are in Miami. BT's Gentlemen's Club, South Miami.
Right.
Booby Trap on the River, Miami, Florida. Playmates Club.
Are you sure these just aren't strip clubs?
Listen, it's coming up as masturbation lounges, but I think they are just strip clubs.
Because these just sound like strip clubs.
There is a hot bedstone spa in Mexico called Masturbatory.
So, we already know. I already know what the title of this one is. You want to hear it, Ringo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Blast from the past.
No, all right, sure. I'll call it Blast from the Past. Let me.
Because we were talking about bullshit from the first one and the masturbatorium. It works. It works, bro. It works.
Everything ends up wrapping around eventually. Even if we have no structure to this podcast, and it's literally 2 grown adults making noises out of their mouths for 50 some odd minutes, or 3 grown adults. Did I say 2 or 3 the first time? I don't know. Immediately.
You said 2.
Yeah, three grown adults shooting words out of their mouth for something. For the past 50 some odd minutes. Structure will appear eventually.
I'm so glad that this epic gamer moment of level 5.
Yeah.
Sending this shit to the VC.
Yeah, me 6.
Yeah. Me 6 be mad disrespectful, bro. Man, in February on Black History Month.
On Black History Month, crazy.
No, the Me 6 bot is so unopportune. Or maybe the Me 6 bot has had some of the best, like, unintended comedic timing I've ever seen. Like someone will be like, I'm gonna throw myself off a building, and then the bot would be like, "You just had an epic gamer moment," and leveled up to level like 38, and I'm like, "Oh no."
Bro, if Me6 popped in that conversation that you and Ganks were having a couple days ago, that would have been crazy.
What conversation was that again?
I believe it was a conversation that you two were having about your mom.
Oh, oh, that would have been funny.
That would have been funny as fuck, dude.
That would have been fucking hilarious. Honestly, I
Yeah, well,
Just
the last
terribly
time he did
timed.
something to me, because I know it fucking was some bullshit for me.
I think there's a way to like see. Yeah, there should be a way to see like how much like experience you have or like your profile or something like that. Oh my god, they implemented Chat GPT or they implemented GPT-3 into the Mi 6. I'm gonna have the Mi 6 get me a job. Like I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, here's the last one. It was when Ringo early February was like, "Dog, we're all autistic in some capacity, and we've been you, and especially you. You know who you are. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Who's he especially? Don't say me." And then I said, "I mean ye." And then V6 was like, "You, you just had an epic gamer moment."
yeah, it'll do that a lot. Um. Oh, wait. Okay, I remember what I wanted to say very briefly to uh go back to the Magic the Gathering thing because I think it was pretty funny. So what ended up happening was this guy that I was mentioning, someone from the scene. I went to the local, and because I was asking him, I was like, "Hey man, do you have any lands that you are like not looking to get so I can save a little bit of money on TCG and then I can just, get some from you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've got so many of this. We can just cut ourselves a deal. I'll just give you like 10 cents per card." And he got some like I think it was like either secret layer drops or like a bundle a long time ago when Crimson Vow came out in Innistrad, where a lot of the lands that he had that I was looking for were like foils. They were like pristine condition foils. And he was like, "Yeah, you can just have those for like 10 cents a pop." And I was like, absolutely goated. Bet. And so I got those, and then he was like, "Hey man, I have this binder, and if you're looking for any cards that you're looking to want to trade or something like that, just let me know, and I'll get those." And I look in this fucking binder, and like 10 to like 15% of maybe even like 20% of all of the cards that I had bought the other day, this motherfucker owned in one of these binders. And I was like, "Oh my fucking god, dude." Like that's literally like $20 I could have saved right there. Which I mean, $20 isn't really like super a lot of money to me right now, but yeah, it's still, it's still crazy. Oh my god. Wait,
But it's also the instant gratification too, because
wait.
now you get it.
Hold up. Hold up. That is
The internet cafe.
wait, I have to type that is that where
Is that yours? I was trying to find it.
In the masturbation lounge.
what the fuck?
A different kind of 1v1s.
Is this real? Wait, is this actually real? Because I live in this city. So,
This is what was on Google Maps when I tried to find it.
oh my it dog. This is the one. This is literally the one that I live by. This is it. This is the one. OG Volcano found the masturbation lounge that I allegedly live by it. Well, it's not allegedly. I do live by it, but
I
it's
mean, you
whether or
literally
not
just said,
it's
"Yeah, I
whether.
live
Well,
by this,"
no.
and then you said,
The allegation is whether or not it exists. You know what? I need to have
Well,
I need to have a supplementary content day where I post this on my channel where I walk to the apartment complex and I see what the fuck this building is.
It's just a shack.
I'm not gonna lie. If this apartment complex has an internet cafe, that actually be kind of cool.
that would be fire. But why it's called the masturbation lounge, I
Watch out for
need more
stinky
I
details.
need way more
Watch out for
details.
Fact.
stinkies, bro.
Like if you walk in and they hand you some free lube, like just walk out.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna get like chlamydia if I sit down on anything. And
It's free entry if you allow free entry. If you know what I'm saying.
no, see if Shuwan sometimes he gets unchained, and then this is this is what it turns into.
I've honed heinousness
He's
for a reason in
honed.
the Discord.
His name is in fact been changed to honed heinousness. This man is able to weaponize his out of pocketness like a WMD. Like this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. Alright. The next time we come back, probably, who knows, I might have had discovered what the masturbation lounge is and seen what it is on there, but we're hitting the
Wrinkle has never been seen again.
yeah, I vanished. Yeah, there's no episode after this. I probably forgot or I got kidnapped, and they'll know because I won't be talking to either of them ever again. I'm being locked in the masturbation lounge. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Scambles episode 2. I think this one was a resounding success and also terrible at the exact same time. But that's exactly how I like it. Thank you, OG Volcano, for the impromptu joining of the podcast. And thank you, Shuwan.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to have a guest. Maybe that could be a thing we do, Shuwan, where we have a guest every once in a while or something like that. Or if anyone just wants to show up at any point and just join the podcast in the middle of it, like yeah, we could just absolutely do that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys. I'll see everybody else when I see you on the next episode. Peace.